Hey guys, Anthony Bandiero here, attorney, senior legal instructor for Blue Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing a roadside chat from a cop in Utah. The cop asked me something that's actually based in statutory law, but has a search and seizure component. The officer says, can you arrest someone for DUI if you did not see them in actual physical control of the vehicle? All right, so the answer is it depends on your state law, because DUI statutes come in two flavors, or both. Or they can have both. One is that the statute requires that the person be driving at the time of contact, or they be in actual physical control, which is where you can prove circumstantially that they were driving the vehicle previously. Now, most states, in my experience, allow both, right? The person's driving, right? Which obviously implies that they're in actual physical control at the time, or you can also prove circumstantially that they were driving the vehicle in the past. That is most common with accidents, right? You show up on an accident scene and the person is not in the vehicle. How do you prove that they drove there intoxicated? That's circumstantial evidence. You can also have direct evidence by them making admissions and so forth, but usually you're gonna have to have something more than just their admission that they drove the vehicle. So let me give you the hypothetical here, right? So the officer gets a report of an erratic driver. Apparently many calls on this. He was also reported to be all over the roadway. He hit traffic cones. He ran people off the roadway. We're looking at a possible DUI. They have the plate, they run it, and they find the vehicle is parked at the residence, unoccupied. 10 minutes later, they knock on the door. The driver says, yeah, I came from that area, right? He makes admissions that he was in the area of where the traffic cones and people ran off the road. But he tells the cops that he drank alcohol since then at home. Now, the officer's saying in his training and experience, there's no way he could have got that intoxicated within the 10 minutes, meaning most people don't drink that heavily within the last 10 minutes and so forth. Now, the ultimate question again is, can we arrest this person even though we did not see him behind the wheel based for DUI? Well, the answer in Utah, and this is state specific, but I did look up this case. The answer in Utah is yes, because you have a case called State versus Knopfler. The citation is 563 P.2D. That stands for Pacific Reporter. It's where the case is. P.2D 175, a case from 1977. So basically what happened here is officers in Utah arrived on scene to a rollover crash, 3 injuries. One is seriously injured. The defendant, who becomes, who's a driver, he does admit that he did drove. He's also highly intoxicated, consistent with DUI and some other things. I think the vehicle is also registered his name. So a lot of circumstantial evidence that he is the driver. Well, he says you can't convict me for DUI because you didn't see me driving, right? And the court dismissed that, right? So the idea here is that there was sufficient evidence independent of the defendant's admission of having been the driver to support a conviction of driving under the influence. So to answer the officer's question in the sense of directly is, can you convict, and arrest somebody and get a conviction ultimately, right? Even though you did not see him driving? The answer is yes. But now let's turn to specific hypothetical here. We do have a problem, right? The problem is that he did make it home and he's telling you that he drank in the meantime. So even if the officer has probable cause to arrest, let's say the guy comes out and talks to you and stuff, even if you have probable cause to arrest, I just don't see it going anywhere. Because even though in your training experience, the person, would likely not be that intoxicated within 10 minutes, that's not going to be beyond the reasonable doubt. I mean, you can't go up to court and say with any certainty, Your Honor, there's no way that this person could have gotten intoxicated between the time of the calls and the time that I arrested him. You can't say that because you just don't know if he swigged a fifth of bourbon in the last 10 minutes. You just don't know that. So if it was me, just the way I do business, I would not make the arrest because I just don't have a way beyond, even if I made the arrest, and even though it may be based off a probable cause, I'm not saying the arrest would be unlawful, but the investigation at this point is not going to go anywhere. I mean, I'm not going to write a warrant for his house to go see if there's evidence that he's been drinking recently. I'm just not going to do that. So I'm making the arrest with the knowledge that this thing is going to be dismissed, most likely. Now, if there's other things going on, like he ran something off the road and killed somebody, maybe I do make the arrest and see if there's some kind of other way that the DA will try to take this case. I don't know, but the point is based off of these facts alone, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to probably win his DUI charge. Now, maybe you also have reckless, right? If you have witnesses that are willing to come forward and sign the complaint based off of your state law, it happened in their presence and so forth, maybe you can get them for reckless. Maybe you will win that conviction if these people show up to court and testify that he was, he ran him off the road and so forth. I mean, he did admit to driving. He did admit to being in the area. The vehicle is there. So that one could be probably winnable, but the DUI is severely problematic in my book. If you have any different opinion on this, or you have other experiences, why don't you share it with your fellow officers and let them know what your experience has been, or whether or not you agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, we're still friends. Don't worry about it. There's multiple ways to skin this cat, and I'm just telling you the way I would do business. All right? All right, that's what I have for you. Guys, do me a favor before you leave, hit the like button, comment and subscribe, share with your friends. Please, I mean that. Let's blow up this channel and get more cops, getting this legal education. All right? Until next time, my friends, stay safe and keep doing that great job out there.
When it comes to law enforcement training, we are the gold standard. Visit bluetogold.com or call 888-579-7796 to learn more about our training, books, and free webinars. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel.